What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, we're going to be doing our very first Hunter Showcase. That's right, it is going to be Hunter Showcase, not Sung Jin Woo, because I do that way later on when I'm completely maxed out and I give you guys the full information you need to know. But I do want to start off with the Hunters because they're a big part of your game and they're going to be doing a lot of solo play for you as well on your team, as well as assisting Sung Jin Woo and beating content. So first off, we're going to start off with the Ultimate Hunter because yes, he is the limited time draw currently. And just for those who are not aware of this, limited time draws are lasting for 24 days currently. For him, Choi is that limited draw. He is the Ultimate Hunter. And in order to draw for him, you do need limited tickets called the special draw tickets, or you can summon with your crystals as well too. Okay, just keep that in mind. Now there is a pity of 80 and there is a 50-50 chance to get him, or if you do miss him on the 50-50, you have a chance to 100% get him the next time around. And we're going to talk all about what he's capable of and why he is actually living up to the name, the Ultimate Hunter. So without further ado, let's go to the character. Now, the way I'm going to do this, guys, I'm going to do this in two different ways. I'm going to talk about his skills and his artifacts and how to build them properly. And with the skills, I'm going to talk about every single stage of that skill and what it's all about and how they work. Okay, so let's start off with skills. Basic attacks. This is where we're going to start. First thing you need to know about is basic attacks, okay? They are all fire elemental damage. There's a 3 stage, as you guys can see here. The third stage will knock the opponent up in the air, causing them to be airborne. The range is actually pretty good. It's medium range. I'd say it's probably one of the best range in the game, so you don't have to be this close to the enemy. The second skill he has here is going to be called Blast, which deals 651% damage of his attack, deals fire elemental damage as well. When this skill does hit, it burns the target, and then when it does hit it also, it'll cause airborne. Now with burn, there is a chance to do 50% of the user's attack every 3 seconds for the duration of 15 seconds. This cannot be changed until you get his A4 or A5, which increases the burn to 100% instead, okay? So there is a possibility to do that as well too. Now, his basic skills are as follows. He has Rain of Fire, which targets the enemy, deals 1,566% damage. Keep in mind, mine's level 3, so the level 1 is a little lower in damage. It is 15-second cooldown with a consumption of 150, dealing fire damage. And as you guys can tell, the opponent is getting knocked up in the air, and that's what airborne is right there, right? Okay, next skill, Flame Sphere. Now this is another skill that is similar in damage. You guys can see it's level 2. Level 3 will be the same as the last one. 15 seconds as well cooldown. MP consumption is 150, also dealing fire elemental damage and causing airborne. One thing to note about both skills, neither of them cause burn. Okay, keep that in mind. You want to do Crater to do that, and it's very important to do burn. We'll talk more about that shortly, okay? Now, special skills. This is the skill that he will do as a support skill. Whenever Sung Jin Woo or anybody, or I guess yeah, Sung Jin Woo summons him in, he'll do 1,113 damage. Sorry, 1,013 damage of his attack. It's a 25-second cooldown. Deals fire damage. It does knockdown. When it does hit, it also causes burn and defense decrease. So this is something you definitely want to cast as much as you can when it is up for that extra bit of damage and that defense decrease to let you do more damage on the opponent, which is a 15% reduction of their defense. Now this here is his QTE skill. This is the one where you tag him in after you see a little icon on the right side when using him with the other hunters. Damage is 1,056. Cooldown is 20 seconds. Usage condition is core attack and ultimate skill, deals fire damage, causes airborne, causes burn, and defense decrease. This is something that you always want to have up at all times whenever it's available to you. Alright, and lastly, End of Days. This is his ultimate here. Now this one here does a ton of damage, 2,642 of the user's attack. It is a 45-second cooldown. Power consumption is 100%, so you lose a full gauge when that's gone. It is fire damage, but again, you guys can tell here, only airborne, no burn. Now, let's go over to the more important things. His passive. This is going to explain to you how to build the character. So first off, Choi Jong In cannot deal crit hits. He's not a crit character whatsoever. You cannot do any crits with him whatsoever. So you do not put any form of crit damage or crit rate on him. But he does increase his attack by 40%. So when you first get him, when he casts this exact move, his ultimate, the End of Days, he has an ultimate hunter effect that applies on him, which resets the cooldown of Rain of Flames and Flame Spear, increasing the user's attack and defense penetration by 12%. Those skills also will change, okay, when you get A1. When you get A1, the damage of Rain of Flames, which was this skill right here, becomes threefolds, and then he also becomes Mega Crater, which is essentially a giant meteor that drops on the opponent. So A1 does a lot more damage for you in that regard for that skill. So not a necessity. A2, you increase his attack by 8%. This is a permanent increase, so it's always useful to have. A3 increases his ultimate damage by 50%. A4 increases burn by 100%. And then lastly, A5, whenever he's tagged out, the cooldown of his ultimate passes 3 times faster. So it's currently 45 seconds, so it's 3 times, it recovers 3 times faster. And his power gauge also increases by 0.5% every second, meaning if the bar is depleted, it's going to start going up really fast on its own. So you can cast with his A5, you can cast his ultimate very, very often, giving a specific set an advantage. But until you have this, there's another set that's better. So let's talk about that, right? Now, keep in mind, guys, you can also level up skills, right? Very important to remember that. So these skills numbers will change. Make sure you're looking at the skills you want to focus on. Personally, I would focus on his basics, his basic skills, his ultimate, and then his support skills, especially for Jun-Woo. And then also the QTE Celestial Fire Dragon. This is an important one, especially because he's going to be one of the main DPS on your hunter teams. All right, moving over to artifacts, guys. Very important. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's do the weapon. So this is currently available in the event. You'll get one for free. Most of you will for sure. Increases the user's attack by 5% when attacking targets with burn that he does. So in a support system, or if he just does it as a hunter, the target's defense is decreased by 7% for 5 seconds, meaning everybody will do more damage for that 5 seconds. Now, as you increase this, by the way, you can get more stats. Look at that, 10%, 12%, 15%. And then 18%. And then at the same time, you can see here, the decrease in defense also went up too. So this is very, very powerful weapon to have, and you definitely want it on him to boost his attack in general. Because again, he's not doing any crit. Everything that matters is going to be attack for him. Okay, moving over artifacts. Now that we know he's a pure attack unit, the basic set you want to go for in the beginning is going to be armed, which increases the user's attack by 5%, and when attacking, ignores 15% of the target's defense as well too, and attacks, causing him to do a lot of damage. Now, when you get to the accessory section, you want to go for Executioner. When attacking enemies with 40% or less HP, increases damage dealt by 8%. You want to go for fire damage here, and you want to go for anything that's attack percentage here. His main stats are going to be defense, penetration, and attack, guys. That's all you want to really put on him, and of course the fire damage. Now, if you can get the 4-piece of this set, the Executioner set, the HP condition changes. It goes from 40% to 70%, and the damage increase goes from 8% to 20%. So you absolutely want to get this Executioner set for him in order to max out his DPS. And that's going to be the best set for him. So there you guys have it. That is how you build a proper version of him. Now, the other set I was referring to, it's very important that you guys know about this set, because if you do plan to wail on him, this set is going to actually work out a lot better for you, especially if you can aim for his what was it called? His A5. The set is called, right here, the one-hit kill set. Now, what this set does is increases ultimate skill by 25%. Now, remember, if you get A5, the skill is almost up all the time, right? Your ultimate. And it's also decreased by 3 times faster. If you can get the 4-piece set for this, you're adding an extra 40% to that decrease, stacking it together, making that ultimate up almost at all times. This set is by far the best set for him if you can A5 him, but if not, the arm set is the one you want to go with. Alright guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.